Welcome back to Pick and Pop. This is episode 5 of season 3. It's your boy Andy. I'm here with Mauricio. As per usual, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Been a crazy week of basketball so far.
Yes, it has.
Let's just, let's hop right into it, man. I don't even like dragging too much.
Yeah, no worries.
Uh,
Start it up.
so a lot of shit's been going on. A lot of wild shit. We're gonna get into like the big drama of the NBA this week. But let's start light because there is a team that has now taken over the best record in the league, and it's fucking wild to think about. And we talked about them last episode and all that, so that's fun. We also have the Lakers game on at the moment.
Yep.
For the in season. So if you guys see that, it's because we're reacting live to
You're
that.
gonna see live reactions.
So hopefully, you guys don't get annoyed with us looking away from the cameras or anything. It's just we got the game on at the moment, and it's a big game, obviously, for the in-season tournament. We're gonna get into some of that stuff as well. But Minnesota, what you think, man? I know we talked about them a little bit, but really, let's not get into the details of the team. We did that already. Do you think it's sustainable? Do you think that they're going to be a 60-win team because they're on pace to be high 60 wins? Obviously, that could change. You never pray, knock on wood, nobody gets hurt, but what do you think so far?
So at the moment, I'm honestly, you know what? First of all, I just want to start off by saying I apologize for talking shit last season about the Rudy Gobert trade to there because it's working now. It's really working. So the fact that it's working, and then you got Anthony Edwards just ascending and beyond right now, which is even crazier. And on top of that, you got Cat just wilding when he can. He doesn't even need to take as many shots as he needs to. And on top of that, he's just a big that could pop threes. If this team stays healthy, I do see them getting to the finals. I don't know. I see them getting to the finals, but I think it's gonna be a dog fight to get there, bro. Because teams like the Lakers are not gonna let that shit be easy for them. But
see them getting to the finals?
Not the finals. I mean, getting out of the West to get to the finals.
Getting out of the West to the finals?
Yeah. At this very moment, the way this team is looking, yes. Because defensively, they look nice, which is something that you pride yourself on when you come to liking a player in a team. They look very nice defensively, and on top of that, their offense is high clip too. They could just wall out and then just get that offense going. They're a scary team for any team, especially teams that has a lot of
just a matchup perspective.
Exactly, matchup wise, when it comes to just attacking the paint, they're a nightmare. And then you got like you mentioned last week, you got Ant taking on the best player. Like, yo, what's up? So with those very reasons, at this very moment, I see them getting to the finals.
It reminds me a lot. It's funny because Mike Conley's on that team. It reminds me of his Utah team, because it was like Mike Conley, Donovan Mitchell, and Rudy Gobert. And it's funny. Like I'm not gonna go as far to say that Anthony Edwards is a much better version of Donovan Mitchell because he isn't. Like I'm not gonna sit here and disrespect him like that. But that team, it was what it was, and it was cool because D Mitch and all them, but they have a very similar kind of structure as that team, just with better players around them, especially defensively. The only thing is that I do believe that Anthony Edwards is a significantly better defender than Donovan Mitchell. So obviously that tips the scale for me, but not by much. Donovan Mitchell's still a monster offensively. I think his stats don't tell the full story. Even though playoff, he could be a little bit better in the playoffs. I don't think that they'll get to the Western Conference Finals. I just don't think their coaching experience is there. Karl Anthony Towns tends to shrink a little bit in the playoffs, and if it's just Anthony Edwards out there, Rudy Gobert kind of gets exposed when they scheme for him. When you're planning against Rudy Gobert, not just one game, when you're scheming a whole series against Rudy Gobert, I think that's when he runs into problems because offensively is very limited. Defensively, he's been a beast, though. He's just been doing his job. I think he came to the realization, and that they all came to the realization, like, look, you're guaranteed a whole shit ton of money. We traded everything under the sun for you, man. Let's just try to make the best of it. Just play your fucking role because you're not going anywhere anytime soon. so might as well utilize you to the extreme. So I think that's what they're doing. Like the start is crazy. If you would have asked me, like obviously none of us were predicting that at all. But Anthony Edwards, I mean, well, what more can I say about Ant?
Yeah, man.
Besides, he's that dude, best shooting guard in the league.
Yo, and it's funny that you're comparing the Utah team to this one.
Mhm.
Joe Ingles, their equivalent of Joe Ingles on this team will be Anderson.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
They have a similar structure to that
Yeah,
team. That's why it's working. Oh,
man.
Jesus
All
Christ!
day at work.
Sorry, long day of work.
Nah, you good, bro.
So before we transition into the next topic, I just want everybody to know that Juan Soto to the Yankees does not move me. Um, they are gonna keep stacking the deck and keep losing as per usual. Yankees, you guys are garbage. Will always be garbage, and will continue to be garbage. So I just wanted to say that. Obviously, you can tell by the hat. We're getting Otani. This isn't us. This isn't me being a delusional Nets fan, even though we're winning the chip because you see Mikael Durant and what he's doing, and everything like that, and Cam Thomas is healthy again. So just wanted to say that real quick before you transition into next topic. Yankees just trash. They suck. They're horrible.
I'm not gonna defend the Yankees because I'm a Yankee fan, but you always gotta add your 2 cents for your team. Bias ass
What do you want me to
motherfucker.
do? What do you want me to do?
Nah, you
What do you
good.
want me to do? You want me to defend them? Or you want me to be a fake fan? I'm gonna die on my shield every single time.
Hey man, listen, you can die on that hill. Don't care.
We're getting Otani.
But
Bunch of Japanese motherfuckers on my team. Konnichiwa.
all right. So, uh, like we said earlier, we are watching the in-season tournament at the moment as we are
Yeah.
recording this podcast, and the
Yeah.
game that just ended was the Milwaukee Pacers game. And to seal it
Jeez.
off, and the question at the moment is Tyrese, I was about to say Maxi, is Tyrese Halliburton clutchest player of the year at this point?
Yeah. Right now, yeah. I mean, in my opinion, a lot of it, like if you're talking about the buckets, I think the numbers don't say it, but I think it's Bron. But right now, bro, I genuinely think if somebody was gonna win the award, if I had a gun to my head and I had to pick, it's probably gonna be Halliburton. Because all right, I don't get it. There's something about that 3-point shot and the way that he just all he does is just bounce. Like,
Bro, it's
do
not
you
even
see?
this.
Do you
It's
see when he's dribbling up the court and he's just kind of surveying? He just keeps like bouncing, 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 bouncing.
Mhm.
And like he'll look for an open spot. If there's nothing there, he'll pass it. And then if he gets that little step back or he gets the space, that 3-pointer looks so janky, but it goes in. That man is absolutely fearless, and he has been hitting
Yep.
some big, big, big time shots at the end of the quarter.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's simply. I'm gonna keep it simple, bro. Yes, I think right now he's the clutch player of the year for sure. It could be Ant. I think the top three would be Tyrese. A close tie between Anthony Edwards and LeBron. And that fourth spot is tough. Maybe Tatum. Um, he's been playing pretty well down the stretch. But I think those three, because Anthony Edwards is definitely closing games out. I think Bron, the scoring in the fourth quarter is crazy. There was a crazy stat for the game against the Suns that he assisted or scored on the last it was like 80% of the points, 90% of the points, either scored or assist in the fourth quarter. So um, we'll get into that later because a funny moment happened that was going off on Twitter today. I
Well,
think that shit was fucking hilarious. But
yeah, we'll discuss that a
um,
little later.
yeah. So what you think? Yes.
um, from what I see recently, I'm gonna say no because I think it goes to LeBron honestly because the what he has been doing at
That's fair.
the end of these quarters has been just crazy, just closing out. The only one scoring, AD disappears in the fourth sometimes when it's a close game. Um, D'Lo could hit a good bucket or just be completely gone, and then
Mm,
I feel like the only person that LeBron really be counting on in the fourth quarter will be AR when he's
they
hot.
are. Yeah.
Because
I
AR
mean,
got that whistle.
AR
AR got that whistle.
he closed that game out with that big shot.
We'll get into that later. But in
Yeah.
my opinion, Tyrese Halliburton, he's really up there. He's
Mhm.
giving LeBron a good run for his money for clutchest player of the year. But right now, bro, from what I've seen at the beginning of the season to now, LeBron is in fact the clear clutchest player of the year for me personally.
So the Suns Lakers game ended in a crazy fashion. Obviously, social media, the group chats was lighting up crazy. Um, Obviously, we know what happened.
Mhm.
KD and LeBron going back and forth. They looked like they was in their primes. That shit was great to watch.
Yeah.
Great game. Devin Booker shit the bed. Let's just keep it a stack. He absolutely shit the bed. The turnovers were crazy. He looked like the moment was too big for him, and it was a little wild.
He won
But
it.
of course, like I mean, like I can't put myself in those shoes, right? I'm not a professional athlete, but think about, you're playing against two guys who have met in the finals multiple times. The two rivals. The only guy that KD looks at, and it's like that's that dude that he has said himself. Um, the moment is huge, and you can see like some of the role players like they weren't playing up to, but then the guys who like AR Cam Reddish was playing fantastic defense. I think he is a fringe like defensive player of the year candidate. Like he is an absolute monster. But Devin Booker shit the bed. I'm tired of how dirty Booker plays. It's actually kind of gross. He bitches a lot. He complains a lot, bro. And the spotlight isn't on him like that. He complains so fucking much. It's unbelievable. Like he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He is an absolute monster. What he did in the playoffs last year was unprecedented.
Mhm.
But the dirty shit, like I caught a few. Just kind of the way that when he's about to get fouled, he's throwing an elbow, like low elbow. But the one that I caught that like even Cam was talking about it, and then they panned the camera on him. He went for a jump shot, and when Cam fouled him, he was playing him real close, didn't touch him, fouled him. D Book on the follow through just throws his hands down into Cam's face like this, and just slaps Cam across the fucking face on a follow through, and they're not calling that shit. So it's like, bro, like you could talk about the call, which we're about to get to all you want, but the amount of shit that the Suns got away with was OD. And then they're talking about, oh, Anthony Davis is on the block pushing Yusuf Nurkic down. Yusuf Nurkic has 35 to 40 pounds on Anthony Davis. He's a much heavier player. I would be doing the exact same shit. You have to muscle him down there. If Nurkic can't fucking take it, man up. Like they're like, what are you talking about? Like, are you soft? That's Anthony Davis. Apparently, for the big men of the league, he's cookies. Like when he plays Jokic, he's cookies. Apparently, right? So go down there, bully him. You got 40 pounds on him, so stop complaining about the contact. So let's get into the call, right? What did you see on the call? What did you think of the call? Because I know you gave your opinion yesterday in the chat, but I want to hear what you actually think of the call, just like in real time.
In real time, when I saw it, I was just like, "What the fuck?" Because what I see from my angle is acting like I'm at the game, but from what I see is I see KD and I think it was D Book attacking the
Yep.
ball. AR loses possession. LeBron is seeing AR start to lose possession and tries to call timeout before he does. But the thing is, when timeout was called, there was no possession. They were already chasing the ball down at the other end.
When it
Like
was called,
when it was
when it
called,
was called,
they were chasing it down at the end. It was called
yes,
when they were chasing it down at the end.
yes.
So, in my opinion, the Suns got cheated. They got
Okay.
robbed. They got robbed for that shit.
So this is what I saw because Twitter went crazy.
Oh, it did.
When the ball goes under, you got Devin Booker's hand across Reeves' chest like this,
Wow.
swiping down at the ball. In a last second situation like that, the refs are supposed to call that. There's a ref directly in front of them. Right in front of them. There's a ref right in front of them. If that ref decided as soon as the whistle was blown, he should have been like, no, that's a foul right there. Is that what you just called? I think he ran over there and was like, did you just call that foul that was happening right there? KD's reaching for the ball. He's doing the right thing because he's a veteran. He's savvy. He just doesn't play dirty. D Book is fouling him.
Mm-hmm.
I saw they posted it side by side, the two reactions. LeBron saw Reeves like this. Austin Reeves' right hand has the ball in his hand and is pressed against his leg, which the league, the refs, confirmed that they consider that still possession of the ball. In that moment, that's when LeBron turned and made the signal first. The first signal that was not seen. When the ball goes loose, you're right, the foul was called after. But to that ref's sight, he
Timeout.
can't see over the defense. You said timeout?
The timeout was called at that point. Not the foul.
No. After the foul. I'm
Oh.
saying like after like once Reeves's leg is down here
Mhm.
before it rolls, LeBron starts the timeout. So now here's what I don't understand, right? If you don't care about the foul on the ball when the ball gets inbounded, cool, whatever. I don't care about that call. People are talking about the ball rolling out, and then they post that picture of Grayson Allen with his hands on it. If you play the clip, once he has his initial hand on it, he drops it. He can't palm it. You see him go like this, and his fingers come off of it. This is guys. This is all on video. So if he's there, Anthony Davis stops his jog because the whistle blew. Right?
Mhm.
Are you gonna tell me that Grayson Allen is gonna recover that ball on the baseline enough to get a layup over Anthony Davis if he didn't stop running from the whistle being blown? Is that what people are trying to tell me? And then if you're saying, oh, he was gonna get the kick out right from the baseline, everybody was gonna convert back. Like Austin was on the floor watching the ball, but the whistle, like everybody would have gotten up and people were coming in. Even if LeBron's there, like who's gonna lay the ball up if LeBron has 1 foot in the paint? Nobody. LeBron's not gonna let that happen. He might not play defense the whole fucking game, but he's jumping at that ball.
Oh, yeah.
So if you're telling me Grayson Allen was going to finish a layup over Anthony Davis that was basically directly behind him when he can't palm the ball off of the baseline, you're crazy. You're in your feelings and you're emotional. I just gave you all of the examples. LeBron started calling the timeout when he saw his leg. Now, was it late? Yes, it was a late foul call, 100%, because the ball rolled out. But regardless, I didn't see anything wrong with it. And then the other thing, people are talking about the KD three. I'm not blaming KD for that air ball.
He has to
Slightly,
take that shot.
because number one, he has to take that shot, and LeBron wanted a foul. But instead, they're like, you know what? Let's bait him into the three. Because even if he misses that three, whatever. But if he makes that three, they go. The worst case scenario, he makes the three going to overtime.
Mhm.
Low key, there was a little bit. I will say this: you could have called the foul on Torian at the end because his hand hit the follow through. I've seen that being called before, but I just think last possession of the game, they're not going to make that call, right? But sorry, because somebody just hit a three or some shit. I don't know what the fuck just happened.
LeBron just baby somebody.
But yeah, nah. So I don't know what people are watching. People had, I don't know what people are watching. You see all the videos. People are in their feelings, obviously, because it's LeBron James,
Yeah.
right? But people like Golden State fans, the ones that are complaining because it's LeBron James, I saw a lot of Golden State fans. They brought back the clip because we love playing it when Kevin Durant's both feet were out of bounds in front of the ref, and he brings that ball out of bounds. Luckily that game, I'm pretty sure Houston won because of James Harden's fucking heroics at the end.
They
Do you
lost
remember?
that.
I'm pretty sure they won. That was
No, they
I think
lost
that's
it.
the same game for the step back, the and 1-3. Wasn't that same game?
Nah, bro, they lost it.
It was like a ball don't lie moment though.
I'm pretty sure
I
they lost that
I
game.
could be wrong on that, but regardless, like if you guys aren't calling shit like that, if we're not calling the LeBron clear layup hand right there, a call that close, you cannot complain about. People are just complaining about it because it's LeBron. That's the only reason why y'all complaining about it. That's the only reason why you guys want it reverted. That's the only reason you want every ref fired. But everybody was defending the ref who was proven to be a Celtics homer when Jason Tatum's hand is like this, clear cut. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Jason Tatum ain't no dark skinned brother, bro. He ain't no dark skinned brother. You can see his hand clearly on LeBron James's skin, and they ain't call that. So what are we complaining about? We're complaining about because LeBron got the call because he got the whistle. Reeves had possession. Grayson Allen wasn't doing nothing with that fucking ball. Get over your feelings. Fucking Lakers advance. That's it. That's all it is. That's fine.
Yo,
If you're telling me like you're saying you think they got cheated, but you're not making ridiculous claims.
I'm not, because listen, I'm not saying
What
that
you're
Grayson
saying is the
Allen's
ball
gonna,
is loose.
I'm not saying yeah, exactly. Ball is loose. That shouldn't be a call to timeout. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Grayson Allen's gonna finish over AD and not get swatted by LeBron or anything like that. No,
Right.
but there's
There's
an
a
opportunity for a
multitude
what
of
the
things
fuck
that could have
moment?
happened.
Exactly. There's an opportunity for a what the fuck moment. That's
100%.
it. I'm not
100%.
saying that, oh, they got cheated because listen, I'm not bringing up extra bullshit because there's no point in bringing up extra bullshit. Because it's not that deep.
Close.
Exactly.
It's like a 50-50 call.
Mhm.
It is so close it could have went either way.
Yo, real quick, I just gotta say the Lakers are playing hard-nosed defense on the Pelicans right now. They're playing fucking bully ball.
I mean, you already know. You
on the
already know.
Pels.
Here's the thing, bro. When it comes to competition, LeBron takes everything serious.
And AD just
There's a
missed the dunk.
there's only there's only certain teams that don't take competition serious.
That's
The
true.
Clippers in the bubble, they're all saying, "Oh, we didn't want to be
Oh
there."
no,
Y'all
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
winning anyway. Y'all wasn't winning
yeah.
anyway.
No, they gave
What
up.
about everybody else that took that shit serious? If y'all not taking this shit serious, cool. If I'm
Yeah,
LeBron, if I'm anybody on the Lakers, I'm taking that trophy. It's competition. I won. You didn't. I have this trophy. You do not.
yeah.
The
It's all about who's
Pacers.
hungry for it.
Pacers are in the finals. Pacers were hungry as hell for that shit. They was playing hard-nosed defense. Tyrese Halliburton was going off. I don't see him acting like he doesn't care about that shit. He's going back and forth threes on Dame.
Bro, he said,
Fearless. Fearless. He said, I could do that shit too.
yeah.
So if y'all not taking these little shit seriously, cool.
Bro, I
Go.
sent it to you too. I saw one of the funniest memes. You know the Lightning McQueen 3 movie,
Yeah,
the
I seen,
Cars
I
3
seen.
with
Yeah.
the storm car. He's like, yo, you
Yeah.
had a good run. Bro.
Goat's gonna rack these shits up. And anybody who's on Goat's team is gonna rack them up.
All right, so now that we are watching the Lakers literally bully the Pelicans right now, even though the Pelicans are playing well, Zion is unhappy. Let's talk about that.
Well is in the West and they're 500. They're like 11 and 10 or 10 and 11 or 10 and 10, whatever the fuck the record is. They're playing better, but not good enough. I think with CJ McCollum, there was going to be a little bit of clog in the points because at one point in time, Zion Williamson was averaging 27 points a game, right?
Mhm.
I think Zion is unhappy because he doesn't see the direction of the Pelicans, and I don't either. There is no direction with their draft. They have very, very good players. I think I'm not gonna say it's a coaching issue because it's not. I genuinely think it's just a fit. Um, Zion needs a LeBron-esque kind of team where he needs a couple more shooters. I don't think the Pelicans have enough shooters. I know they got Trey Murphy, but they got Jonas Valanciunas blocking up the paint. He can get out and stretch sometimes, but not like that. Obviously, we know Brandon Ingram is a star,
Yep.
but Brandon Ingram, CJ McCollum, and Zion Williamson isn't good enough in the West, especially with the supplementary pieces coming off of the bench. You still have Jose Alvarado, obviously. You got some pieces, but I just don't think the fit is there and the schemes aren't correct, and they have to establish a hierarchy. Who is the man? Is the man Brandon Ingram, and we're running the offense through him, and then Zion Williamson is playing like a Sean Kemp role to him, and he is the Gary Payton. Obviously, like a souped up Gary Payton on offense, because Brandon Ingram is not the. I'm just making the comparison with Sean Kemp because he has a very similar skill set to what Zion had. He just wasn't as good as Zion. They're a good team. I just don't think they're good enough to make noise in the playoffs. Are they a bad matchup for anybody? Not necessarily. I think they can be picked apart. Trey Murphy, good player, 2-way. Herb Jones, good player, 2-way. CJ, defensive liability, good offensive player. I think he's a great leader, but they just need something. They need something. I think if you traded away CJ, some picks, maybe like a Trey Murphy, and traded for Karl Anthony Towns, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Not for real, because I'm talking about the matchup.
I mean,
If
matchup
you have
wise, yeah.
a stretch center who isn't clogging up the paint for Zion Williamson, but can still get 20 and 10 when needed, that's a crazy matchup. Zion and Karl Anthony Towns, that's a fantastic 1-2 punch at the power forward and center position. So if that's your back line, if you got Cat, Zion, Brandon Ingram, now you can put in a Herb Jones for defense because you don't need offense. Herb Jones at shooting guard, boom. He's guarding your 2 and 3s. He's guarding your Jason Tatum, your Jaylen Brown. Like there's one guy that you can plug into every team that'll make them substantially better. And I think Karl Anthony Towns would make the Pelicans better, but they just don't have a culture of like, oh, like I want to be here. Like the last time they had a team that was doing anything was when Anthony Davis was the man. You and I talked about this in episode
With Boogie.
episode one of Pick and Pock when he was with Boogie. What like they missed out because they had Rondo. They had a bunch of great players.
Yep.
But it wasn't enough because of the injuries, obviously. But, I just think I don't know. the Pels, will they move on from Zion? Who knows? I think they have to try to keep him happy because a player like that doesn't come around often. He is the definition of a fucking glass cannon. He's gonna be injured probably a whole season, but he's gonna give you one full season. So I don't know.
We
I don't
saw
I don't think they'll trade him. I
we
think you
saw
gotta
we
hold
saw
on
what
to him.
happens with the Pelicans though. As soon as they get a superstar like that, as soon as they find an easy way out, not easy way out. As soon as they find a good way to get out, they're gone.
Yeah. Would you do that? Would you do that move if you were the Pels? Would you get Cat or like somebody else, like a
Cat,
big like that?
Cat, Vucevic, something like that. Yeah, I'll get.
Vucevic?
I'd get a Vucevic in there.
Vucevic doesn't move me, bro. I think Vucevic he's
Listen,
done, man.
Vucevic is like a lower
His
tier
bet
Cat
his best years
over
were in
Cat.
Orlando. I
Yeah,
think
no,
he's
agreed. But he
I think
can.
Vucevic would work if he was with like the Lakers. If Vuce was with if Vuce like came in like after Brook, because Brook's getting older,
Mhm.
even though Brook is still a monster, I think you're have like similar success. I just don't think a team like this needs Brook Lopez.
Brook
You need a
Lopez is.
player.
You don't think Brook Lopez would be
Or no, sorry,
needed on that?
not a Brook Lopez. Because Brook Lopez is still valuable, but I just
Brook
think the
Lopez
Bucks are
also
just gonna
stretches
lock
the
him up.
floor.
The Bucks are gonna lock him up for the rest of the career. So
Oh no, yeah,
I don't think
exactly. And I don't think Cat would leave to New Orleans
Minnesota.
from Minnesota to New Orleans.
He would leave to New Orleans from Minnesota.
I don't think so.
I think Cat is getting fed up with it. If they don't start winning, I don't care how many 60, 55 game seasons you have Anthony Edwards, of course. Now, if they come together and Ant and Cat sit in a room and they're like, yo, bro, it's you and me. Like you and me 1-2, we're gonna the rest of the room we're gonna fill out with players that are gonna help this team win.
Yeah.
All right, you have a different conversation, but I just don't think Ant and Cat have that convo. I think Cat has a little bit of like it doesn't matter if you're not tough from Jersey, you got a little bit of pride. And I don't think he's gonna look Anthony Edwards in his face and be like, "You're the better player. This is your team." Anthony Edwards is taking it from him, but I don't think he's giving it up willingly. So
I agree, but I don't think Ant, Ant, I don't think Cat will go to the Pels in my opinion. That's just my opinion.
I'm really just I'm talking more of like the fit. I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, I don't have a book.
A stretch big fits perfectly with this
Exactly,
with a team
yeah.
like this.
And if you got somebody who's giving you 23 and 10, I mean, like that's gonna be an improvement no matter what. All right, so real quick, we're gonna get into the question of the day as we always do to close out these podcasts. Do you think that the Lakers should move on from Darvin Ham as their coach? The reason why I say that,
I know exactly.
we saw, and we could put like a little snippet. Darvin Ham calls hand signal for a play. AD looks at him, he looks away. LeBron goes while he's dribbling up, like, I got
Fuck
this.
that.
Like relax. LeBron takes it to the hole, boom, bucket. You can't Kobe, MJ, Magic, Kareem, those kind of players, they're the only ones who are allowed to do that. Any other player in NBA history is getting sat, bro. If you're not a top 20 player of all time, you're getting sat if you did that to a coach. Because a coach's egos sometimes are too much. That's LeBron fucking James. He looked at him, he said, bro, I'm not doing that. Give me the ball, get the fuck out the way.
The face that LeBron made too, he was like,
bro, he saw
"Fuck
Nurkic down there and he was like, you know who that man is down there? I'll body bag his ass. That man is nothing to me.
The amount of times LeBron has put him in a body
Oh
bag
my
is crazy.
gosh. He went down there just lay up easy. So I just think that's a lack of respect for the coach. Now, people might say, "Oh, it's because LeBron's IQ, like he knows what the right." No. I don't care, bro. If you have what do you need a coach for? If Bron's gonna do that shit the whole game, I know that's the narrative, but when Spoelstra made a call, LeBron would listen. All right. When Tyronn Lue made a call, Bron would listen, except, like in the finals when he was like, nah, Kyrie, run it for Kai. Because they can't stop him on the switch. But other than that, like, there's no coaches that garners LeBron's like a respect like that. If you're getting waved off as a coach, how are you gonna feel? You lost them. You lost the team. Yeah. Now is it LeBron? Yeah, but I just think there's a lot of like, yo, bro, you just out here. Like, you really just out here. Like you're like I don't want to be disrespectful, bro, because I feel like he's a good dude. I've listened to him on a couple of podcasts. His episode on All the Smoke is really good. Like his life was crazy. But like homeboy got shot with the shotgun. Like that shit's OD. But like you're just like you're getting paid to be like the head hype man, bro. I feel like you in there just like holding a clipboard, telling everybody good job.
Oh,
Like
my boy looking like a figurehead.
yeah, it's like, bro, you telling everybody good job. Like we could do that. Me and Mauricio could sit there and be like the head
Good
coach and the
job.
assistant. Be like, good job,
Good
Ron.
shit. Yep.
Good job. They come into the huddle. I'd be like, I'd look at Bron. I'd be like,
Now, what we doing?
I'd hand him the clipboard. Like, what we doing, Bron? Like, you can't. I feel like as a coach, you got to bring some kind of value. When it gets tough and muddy, like, who are you gonna put in? What players are you gonna put in? Why is Rui Hachimura not seeing the floor, bro?
That's pissing me off.
Why is he not seeing the floor? And guess what? Bron can't handle. He can't. He has no control over that. People might think Bron has control over who he wants on the floor, but he actually doesn't. Like if Jackson Hayes gets thrown out there with Christian Wood and Anthony Davis at the same time, Bron can't say shit about it. He just got to make that shit work. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
And the thing about Bron is he will make that work. But to answer the question,
yeah,
they could get a better coach. A better coach than
they could. There's coaches out there. You brought up a name.
Yep. Budenholzer, championship coach.
That's one. That's one.
Very good coach in my opinion. Won a championship. Adjusted the team and beat
That's
the
one.
CPO led Suns.
He's out there. No one has
nobody
picked him up.
bro. As soon as Nick Nurse got let go by the Raptors, bro, the Sixers was like, let me get that right here, bro. They did the fucking meme with the fucking debit card, like, give me that. Budenholzer's out there. You could definitely upgrade from Darvin Ham. Darvin Ham, I'm not gonna say he's a terrible coach. I can't stand his lineups though. I can't. I don't understand them. 3-guard lineups last season. I think I've seen it this season at some point. But overall, man, Darvin Ham, maybe give him like Detroit or something. I don't know. Maybe he'll be a better coach than Monty Williams over at Detroit. Maybe they want to lose like 15, 14 games straight. But for a team like the Lakers, bro, a team with like an all-time great, the greatest player of all time with LeBron, and then you got another top 5 player when healthy in Anthony Davis.
Yep.
You need a coach that's not only gonna drop plays and LeBron will be like, yeah, fuck with that, we're running that. Yep. But you also need a coach that's gonna structure the team. Like, what are you like you said, what value are you bringing to this team? Are you like offensive minded? Are you defensive minded? Or what kind of coach are you? Budenholzer would be a tough coach.
I think Budenholzer is still out there.
Yeah.
I don't believe Mike D'Antoni is on his staff. Now, do I want Mike D'Antoni to be the coach of the Lakers?
No,
I do not.
I don't think LeBron would even be like, get this motherfucker out of
here. No. Mike D'Antoni is a very smart individual. I think if you're talking about the analytics, but even as a head coach, I feel like he's gonna do the math and be like, yo, bro, this is what we need. Whatever, like him combined with like he's seen everything.
I agree. I just don't think LeBron
D'Antoni's been around for so long. He's had so many good teams. They just they just couldn't close it out. Like he almost beat the Warriors on math. Like he did math and was like, yo, and he almost beat them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe. I mean, everyone says Mark Jackson, but I think Mark Jackson would just be another Darvin Ham. He might just be a little bit more respected because it's Mark Jackson. So, I don't know about that. I mean, like Jeff Van Gundy out there. You know what name? You know what name? It's troll. It's never gonna happen. He's living. No. He's living like his best life. He would care less. You know who would be a really good coach in the NBA, low key, bro?
Who?
Kenny Smith. If Kenny Smith was an NBA coach, he would be a tough ass coach. Why? He's from New York, so he is not backing down to any player. He is a 2-time NBA champion. He was the 3rd option on the Hakeem Houston Rockets. Okay, he was a very good player, not a great player. He was a very good player, though. Very great role player. He was very athletic early on in his career. If you go watch the tape, bro, he had bounce. He was a monster in college. One of the best players in the I take everything into account. His basketball mind is on another level, right? So if he was a coach, I think he would be tough. Now, bring him into LA, I think he might work because Kenny's all about like the fame, the big lights, everything like that. Like, I think that would work, but is that gonna happen? No, that's troll as fuck. But there's some options out there for sure. Absolutely.
He just threw him. Yo, there
That'd
goes
be so
a
tough. That'd
um.
be so hard. Kenny Smith, the coach of
Kenny,
the Lakers.
Kenny Smith will be tough. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
Kenny Smith, the coach of the
guy.
Lakers. Yo,
Shit.
Kenny. Yo, come to
Yo,
LA, big dog.
imagine those interviews, bro.
Come to the LA, big dog.
Imagine those interviews.
Nah, that'd
Sheesh.
be OD. That'd be OD. Steve
Oh,
Nash is out there. I'm sure he don't want to
nah,
coach again.
hell no.
I'm sure he never wants to
Yeah,
coach
hell
again.
no. Steve Nash is like, I coach KD, Kyrie, and
He
Harden.
said,
You're telling me I gotta
I'm
coach
good.
LeBron, AD?
He said, nah, I'm okay. I'm not doing that again. Thank you.
Fuck that.
I'm gonna just sit at the on the
Bro,
green. He on the green right
after
now.
every W, bro, Steve Nash is gonna be hugging LeBron like, thank you.
See, I'm now again like it's different with LeBron. Like if you garner his respect, like for sure, but leave that to a Mark Jackson and Kenny Smith. Budenholzer would be good, but I think he lost the respect of his players a little bit.
He's a
I mean,
championship coach, bro. He obviously has something to bring to the table.
Frank Vogel
If
got
you-
fired.
All right, so first of all,
Frank Vogel won 64 games.
that's not Vogel's
won a
fault.
chip, won a chip,
It's
and got
not his
fired.
fault. It's not even his fault that he got fired. In my
Because the
opinion.
media wanted him fired, bro, and he
It's not ju-
lost
it's-
his
it's not-
job
it's
because of
not
the
just the
Lakers
media.
fans.
It's not just the media or the fans, but they're a part of it. You know what it mostly was, in my opinion.
What?
Pelinka giving him a horrible just lineups.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but
Yeah,
Pelinka outdid himself with this team.
Oh yeah,
But-
yeah. He cooked.
But he made it right. But now you're absolutely correct. What
Pelinka hold him.
what Pelinka put around Russell Westbrook for the second unit was fucking trash.
Mm-hmm.
And
you gave him nothing to work with, bro.
he
Like,
get nothing to work with. Absolutely.
if you're gonna have two ball dominant players, put shooters around them that could defend.
That's fine if you have the other one coming off the bench, but you got to give him something.
You gotta give them shooters, bro. You can't give them old heads that have to keep up with a man that loves going 1,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, you got to give them something for sure.
Yeah, but
There's some coaches that have gotten fired, but there's names out there. That's what I'm saying.
they are.
So it's like, I mean, shit, dog. Like, there's some names out there. Matt Barnes, coach of the Lakers.
Matt Barnes.
That'd be fucking OD. Steven Jackson, assistant coach. Nah, I wouldn't even do that because Steven Jackson don't fuck with Bron. I don't care what he says. Fuck Steve Jack. It's like, nah, I fucking love Steve Jack, but fuck Steve Jack. Stop hating on the GOAT. Kobe is not the GOAT. Facts.
LeBron's a GOAT, man. No argument in my opinion. But argument for a different day. Overall though, man, this has been a good episode. I'm glad that we both agreed that the Lakers could definitely upgrade on the coach. This has been episode 5 of Pick and Motherfucking Pop. It's been lit. We had a good conversation, a good few conversations there, a little bit of discussions, you know, of what we saw in certain games. You know, like always, we keep things 100%. You know, you got my boy Andy over here repping Boston. Yeah, but you know, that's just how the way he is.
Big A. Big A, baby. That's Big A. Tell him. Tell him my name, dog. Tell him my name. Big A.
Yo, he's giving me Drewski vibes by saying, like, talking like that, not gonna lie. But overall, thank everybody so much for watching. We are trying to figure out a very good schedule to like make the content come out at a proper time for everybody. We're trying something different. We're gonna be tweaking things here and there. We're just trying to make sure. Listen,
it's hard.
Life is hard, and we're trying.
Me and Mauricio are high value men who work full-time jobs. Okay.
Yeah.
The fact that we still do this means that we are dedicated to getting better.
We are watching the game and podcasting at the same time. Like, you need to understand.
I'm exhausted.
I'm tired.
I just got out of work. This is not product placement. I'm work here. I'm one of the top salesmen in the company. Okay. They just partnered with the NBA, so it's relevant. Stop it.
Listen,
help us help you.
We are doing. I said working. We are doing our best to give you the best product possible. We are working on getting the right schedule down where we can both work it out no matter what. Tuesdays was working for to a certain point. Things got switched up. Life happens. We have no control over that. We're trying out Thursdays for a Friday drop of an episode because I believe a Friday drop of episode is like lit. Like everybody drops on a Friday, or we might have to switch back to recording on Sundays and releasing on Monday. Who knows? We're just testing the waters out in season 3. Obviously, we're bringing in new things a lot, but we're trying to upgrade, man. Trying to make sure that we give you a watchable product that you're not gonna look back and be like, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
Facts.
Hear me?
100%.
Take it away, Andy.
Yes, sir. That's it, man. Thank you guys so much for watching. Everything's gonna be in the link below. Go watch the last episode, the episode before that, and the episode before that. Get lost, go down the rabbit hole. We always talking NBA facts. This has been Andy. That's Mauricio. Thank you guys so much for watching Pick and Pop episode 5. Go watch the old episodes. We got some stuff cooking as well. All the links are gonna be below. I've been Andy. This is Mauricio. He's the pick. I'm the pop. We'll see you guys on the next one.
And that did not
Stay
take 6
blessed.
takes.